Have you ever thought about how much we ask of our professors and teachers here at NC State? While they teach us, most of them are required to conduct research, whether that's in engineering, physics, math, education, or even agriculture. On top of this research, it is required by the UNC system that they teach at least 2 classes a year to receive their full salary. There's currently some proposed legislation in the state senate that will require teachers to teach a minimum of 8 courses a year to receive their full salary. So should State Senate Bill 593 pass, it will diminish the quality of professors that choose to work at public research-based universities such as NC State and UNC. And this will ultimately lead to the demise of these universities. I know this may seem like a small issue, but please let me explain how this is a major decision and how that decision will not only affect our beloved university, but also impact you and the quality of education you will receive. So since professors have to teach 4 classes a semester and conduct research at the same time, under this new legislature, that expectation is just very unrealistic. In a typical 40-hour week, most professors who are on track to receive tenure spend a third of that time doing research, a third on service, and a third on teaching. I interviewed a liberal arts professor who wished to remain anonymous, but he said that he teaches a 3-3 load, which is 3 classes in the fall and 3 classes in the spring, with about 30 students or less in each of his classes. He said he typically spends 10 hours a day on campus, and of those 50 hours during the week, he has enough time to conduct about 7 hours of research. He contested that this proposal by saying that he's so heavily worked with classes of less than 30 and just doing a 3-3 load, that no one in the UNC system would be able to achieve tenure in the 6-year window that most schools currently require if they were teaching a 4-4. If professors don't have enough time to conduct research or earn their tenure, then they're going to start looking for jobs elsewhere. So professors who want to conduct quality research, they'll either turn to private universities or look outside of North Carolina for work. North Carolina is going to become their last option because of how demanding and unrealistic these standards are going to be. Especially here at NC State, some of the engineering professors come specifically for research, and that's how they spend most of their time. And if we get rid of that, we lose not only one of the biggest endowments in the state with almost nearly $1 billion that's being put towards research by major companies, but we're also going to lose a lot of really good professors. And if professors aren't able to conduct this research, we're also going to lose graduate students that apply to the school, because many graduate students apply to conduct research with a specific professor or on a specific subject. And if they feel like they aren't going to be able to conduct this research effectively, then they're just not going to come to this university anymore. One of Senator McInnes's quotes about this bill was that he said he wanted to, quote, improve professor quality in the UNC system, and that professors should, quote, be teaching, not grad students. But how will these grad students who are on track to become professors learn how to teach unless they are in the classroom? That's why we make teachers in education go to student teach, because you can sit in class and learn theories about how to teach all day, but more often than not, it just doesn't click until you're in the classroom yourself. Personally, I've learned better from some graduate students than I have from tenured professors. And in the long run, we want our kids and ourselves to get the best education possible, don't we? So why would we prevent that by making professors take on more work, receive an outstandingly ridiculous course load, and then ask them to conduct life-changing research on top of that? It's just not a good idea for this state, with our public school system already being criticized enough to also make our universities be criticized in this way. So should this bill pass, it is inevitable that it will diminish the professor quality at our historical institutions, and it will show just how little Senator McInnes knows about education in general, and more specifically our university system here in North Carolina. State Senator McInnes obviously has no idea how much work professors already do just teaching 2 or 3 classes a semester. And he should not be proposing changes to an education system without prior experience in education. Senator McInnes is an auctioneer by trade. That's what he has done for almost 30 years. And he has little to no idea how these universities work. He's a first-year senator in the NC State Senate. So he has no idea about the impact that this legislation could have. It seems like instead of trying to move our system along in our state towards progress, he's trying to draw up controversy to get his name out there so he could potentially keep his seat a little bit longer. But that's just my personal opinion. So to conclude all of this, to reiterate my earliest statement, should State Senate Bill 593 pass, it's going to diminish the quality of professors that choose to work at public, research-based universities such as NC State and UNC, and will ultimately lead to the demise of these universities. State Senator McInnes has very little experience in state Congress and even less experience in education. So while I understand that he has good intentions by trying to improve the quality of professors we learn from, he's actually going to do more harm than good should this bill pass. And for that reason, I urge you to contact State Senator McInnes and let him know how detrimental this bill could be to our education and our universities. His address is 16 West Jones Street, room 2106, Raleigh, North Carolina, 27601-2808. Or you can email him at tom.mckinnis@ncleg.net. And I will make sure that all that information is written down at the end of the video or in the description box so that way you can see exactly how to get in touch with him should you choose to do so. I hope you now see how vital it is that this bill does not pass through the state Senate, and that you share my concern with how much this bill could cost not only the universities, but you and I as students. Thank you very much.